Hey everybody, Nick Dingle here with part 2 for our Unity tutorial. This time around, I'm going to show you creating a new project and actually having a look at the folders that Unity generates. So we're not even going to look at the interface of Unity. We're just going to create a new project, we're going to put some stuff inside of it, and then we're going to have a look at the folders that it generates. Because I think it's important you understand everything about your project if you're working in Unity. Okay, next video we'll look at the interface and working in it and how to navigate it. Okay. So first of all, open up Unity, you're going to get this page. All right, I'm going to create a brand new project, so I'm going to hit the new button. Each time you want to create a new game, create a brand new project. All right. If you just want to create a new level, you're not going to create it here. You're going to do that inside Unity. Now, all of these options, the first one is pretty darn important. Please give it a good name, because not only does it name your game that internally, but it also creates a folder with that name on it. So if you want to change the name later on from New Unity Project 1, you have to go in and rename the folder, then you have to rename it in the project, and then you have to open it up and all that kind of jazz. So name it decently at the beginning. So I'm going to call mine just example project because that's what it's going to be. And we're just going to have a look through it. The second one is the location of the folder. Now, what it's actually looking for is a folder where you want to create your project. So if I go to browse here with the triple dots, see how I've got this Unity folder selected here, and this is actually where I want to save it, so I'm not going to change my folder. It looks like a file browser, but it's looking for a folder. So let's say I go to my Unity folder, I then hit select folder, and that's where it's going to save my project. What it's actually going to do as well is it's going to generate a folder within this one called example project. Okay, so if I go to my Unity folder, I will find another folder that Unity generates called example project. I'm repeating myself, but just trying to get the point across. Now, as I go down, you see I've got a couple of other options. 3D and 2D is literally what type of game do you want to make? Do you want it to be three-dimensional or two-dimensional? Now, you are not locked out. If you choose a 3D program, you still can use 2D elements and vice versa. You can use 3D elements in a 2D game, and you can also switch from a 3D project to a 2D project halfway through if you know what to change, okay, and vice versa as well. So don't think if you select 2D, for example, that you are locked in and that's all you can do. All right, I'm just going to leave it as 3D because why not? Now, the last button before we get to these obvious ones is asset packages. If you went to the store and downloaded anything, or you downloaded the standard assets, they appear here. So before you even make your project, you can select what you want to put into your game. So for example, let's say I want everything about cameras. Just tick the box, and let's say I want everything about characters, tick the box. Now I'm not going to select everything because it's going to be huge if I select everything, but let's go done, and you'll see it's got a little 2, which just indicates that's how many packages I've selected. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to hit create project. It's going to disappear for a second. Oh, I've already got the folder that exists. Gosh darn it. All right, let me go and delete that one quickly. Sorry, people. I thought I had deleted it, apparently not. And I'm going to hit create project. It's going to disappear, but there you go. Okay, a little bar is going to come up, and it's actually going to take a few minutes. So let's have a quick look at the folder it just created. There it is there, example project. If I open it up, you've got a couple of things here. Assets, library, project settings, and temp, which is short for temporary. Okay, the asset folder is by far the most important, and do not delete it, because inside this folder is where all of your things go. All of your sounds, your 3D models, your textures, your scripts, anything you work on in the game that you can add to levels will appear inside this folder here, okay? And you don't want to lose that, okay? Because if you lose the assets folder, your project's basically gone. Now, the library folder is one that's generated. Each time you open your project, Unity looks for new files, and it will generate files based on what your project is. Now, to be honest, this is actually quite a large folder. You'll see I've got basically an empty project, and it's 54 meg already. If you want to move your project and you haven't got a lot of space, you can delete library. Because next time you open Unity, it's going to generate the library folder again. Just bear in mind, you'll see that progress bar, and it will take a while once again. Next one, project settings is exactly how it sounds. You've got a number of settings throughout your project, including stuff like physics. Then you've got graphics, you've got input, which is like your keyboards, your mice, and your gamepads. Okay. If you delete this folder, you'll lose all those settings. You'll get fresh ones, but you'll lose the settings if you change anything, let's say, about the graphics. And then finally, temp, that only exists while your game is open. When you close Unity, it's going to delete all those files. Okay, so there's a fair bit in there, but it's going to go away once you close Unity. And that's basically what Unity creates for a whole project. You might get a few extra files down here once you start scripting, if you do full-on scripting. But other than that, that's the bare bones. If you want to cut down your project size, just make sure you keep those 2 folders. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Now the project is open, I can move on to the next video and I can start showing you the interface. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you soon.